Hey everyone, welcome to SarteK programming. This is the fifth video of this playlist, and if you haven't checked the first four videos, do check them out. Today we will be starting with loops in Python, and we will cover while loops in this video. Before talking about what and how of while loops, first we will see why exactly do we need while loops in the first place. So consider if I ask you to print SarteK programming 10 times. So from the knowledge that we have up till now, from whatever we have learned in this course, one way of doing it would be to manually print like this, and then you can copy paste this line for 10 times. Okay, so this will solve our purpose and we will get SarteK programming 10 times. But is this the right way to do it? Is there any other better way? And see, there's nothing wrong with this way, but what if I ask you to print this SarteK programming 100 times? Will you copy this for 100 times? I mean, you can say that you can copy, but what if I change my question again and ask you to do this 1000 times now, then 10,000? So you see, what's wrong with this method is not that we are manually copy pasting. What's wrong with this method is that it is not scalable. There should be a mechanism that whatever number we write, it should automatically print up till that number. But in doing this, it's not scalable, it's not even readable. We can't just print this SarteK programming for hundreds and thousands of lines of code. So there should be a better way, and that better way are loops. So we have two loops in Python, and in this video we will be looking at while. So loops are used to execute a block of statements repeatedly until a given condition is satisfied. So what does this mean? We will see this with example. I will remove this, and there are three components when we are talking about while loop. We should have a variable. I will first write it and then I will explain it to you what exactly everything means. So this is the syntax. You have to write like this. So see, these three lines of code also solve the same purpose. We have printed SarteK programming 10 times and we didn't use any redundancy. We didn't write SarteK programming for 10 times. We just wrote it like this, and see, if I change it to 100, we will get 100. See, we don't have to worry about it. We can just change the number. I can write 10,000, 1,000, 10,000, anything, and it will print it for that number of times. As I said, there are three components when it comes to while loop. So this is the first thing. So this determines where our loop will start from. So it will start from 1, and here's the second component. Here we determine from up till when we have to keep iterating. So we have to keep iterating till 1000, and here we increment that value of I. So like here in this case, the value of I is 1. We will check if I is less than or equals to 1000. It is true, so we will go inside this loop. And if you can notice, we follow indentation. Like I said in previous video of if else, we have to give 4 spaces or 1 tab, otherwise it will throw indentation error. So now value of I is 1, and we check that 1 is less than or equals to 1000. So we will go inside while and we will print SarteK programming. After that, we will come here on the 6th line and we will increment value of I by 1. So now our value of I is 2. Then we will come here and check again, then again 3, then we will check, and it will go on and go on until value of I becomes 1001. After that, this condition will evaluate to false and the control will come out of the loop and our program will stop executing. So that's how this works. Let's see some more examples now. Now let's say we have to print numbers from 1 to 10. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So how exactly would we do it? As I said, there are three components when it comes to while loop, and first is declaration. So declaration and assignment. So we will declare a variable and we will assign it to a value. Since we have to start from 1, we will assign the value 1 because we have to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we have to start from 1. Okay, and the second component is condition checking. We have to go up till a certain condition. And what's that condition? We have to go when the value of I is less than or equals to 10, right? Because we don't have to include values greater than 10. So this is the second component, that is condition checking. And then we have to do whatever we want to do. We have to print 1 2 3 4, right? So see, the value of I is 1 in this case, and then when we will increment, the value of I will become 2. So what we have to print is I. So we will print I, and then we will increment. So this is the third component, incrementation or decrementation. In this case we have to increment. There might be a certain case when we will have to decrement, and I will show you that. But in this case we will increment. And why do we need to increment? What if I didn't increment? So if I don't increment, the value of I will be forever 1, and it will be forever true. Like, see, I will be 1, and we will check is 1 less than or equals to 10, and then we will print, and since it is true, we will go inside and we will print 1. Then we will come again, value is again 1, print again 1, again print. So this will go on forever. This is an infinite loop condition, and we have to avoid this. See, there's no end to this, but we want finite steps. We want this to end. So we need to be very careful about this when it comes to loops. And so see, these are the three components. I will reiterate this. This is the first component when we will declare and assign a variable. This is the second component when we will check the condition, and this is the third component where we will either increment, decrement, or we might divide or multiply to, depending on the scenario. So in this case we are incrementing. So we'll run this, and it will print 1 to 10. Now what if we have to include 0? So we will just have to come here and we will change it to 0. What if I don't want to start from 0, I want to start from, let's say, 7. So I will start from 7. So from wherever you want to start, just write it here in this case, and from up till wherever you want to go, write it here. So if I want to go till 8, I just want 7 and 8. So I will start from 7 and I will go up till 8. But what if I have to print it in reverse order? I have to start from 7 and I want to go till, let's say, 1. So I will start from 7, and this time I will go in reverse. So I will check if I is greater than or equals to 1. And see, if I increment this in this case, it won't solve our purpose. So we will have to decrement in this case. So in the first case, value of I will be 7, and we will check if 7 is greater than or equals to 1, which is true. So we will go inside, we will print 7, and we will decrement the value to 6. Then we will check if 6 is greater than or equals to 1, which is again true. We will again print, and it will go on and go on until value of I becomes 0, because 0 is not greater than or equals to 1. So we will get from 7 to 1. See, now let's see another code in which we will print multiplication table of 2. So we will initialize the value of I to 1. We will go until I is less than or equals to 10, and we will have to do this 2 multiplied by I, because see, the value of I is 1, then 2 into 1 is 2, then I will be 2 into 2 is 4, then I will be 3, and 2 into 3 is 6. That's how it will go on, and we will increment this by 1, and if I print this, we'll get multiplication table of 2. But now I want to change this program to print multiplication table of the number that user inputs. So what I will have to do is I will have to come here, I will have to take an input from user. And how do we take integer inputs? We write input and we wrap it inside int. So that's how we take integer input. Now we have n, and instead of 2 here we have to write n. So now if I enter 5, we will get multiplication table of 5. So we have seen 3 examples, and I hope now we have understood why do we need while loops and how do we use them. For those who are new to this channel, there's a whole playlist of this Python course, and if you haven't accessed it yet, consider accessing it now. And if you are a beginner, I would recommend you to start watching from the beginning, so that it would be better for you to understand, and you would have a linear way of learning. One more thing that I wanted to add is that in the description section I've attached the link to the code that we have covered in the video. Like in this if else video we have covered this code, so you can see this is the code that we have covered in that video, and you can run it from here. You can also click here and copy this code to your account. So that's it. I will run this. See, this is how it works, and that's about it. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.